everybody, welcome to my channel. Yep, this is going to be another edition of Rambling on the Road. 2 weeks in a row. Who thought? Today's episode, I'm going to be talking about my Indian Scout 60. Will this be one of my final rides on the Indian Scout 60?
You think you know me?
Alright folks, welcome to my channel, Rambling on the Road. Like I said, 2 moto vlogs in 2 weeks. Haven't done that in years. Well, we're going to talk about some continuing issues I've had during cold weather over the last several years. Just put a brand new battery in it today. And what was happening is when it's cold out, I have a really hard time getting this thing to crank over. Like, it'll sit there and crank all day long. The battery's fine. I think the old battery was fine too, but I replaced it anyway. And it still has a really hard time starting. Like, it'll crank and crank and crank. It'll kind of tease that it's going to start, and then it doesn't. Now, mind you, I never had this issue in the spring, summer, and early fall. But like the last 3 years or so, even with the newer batteries in it, the bike will crank hard. I'll even pull in the clutch, try to start it with the bike upright like the procedure says during cold weather starts. Sometimes I even get the fuel pump a couple kicks and let it sit for a couple minutes. Bike still won't start. I got it started today. Today's a little bit warmer, but it was still also in the 30s last night. It was 40 degrees when I first put the new battery in it today. So, new battery. I'm running some fuel injector cleaner in there right now. I don't think it's that kind of issue because it doesn't have the hot weather, warm weather issues, never has. It's always been dependable. Once it starts, like, it runs great. I don't have any ticking noises. I don't have any weird noises, and it's fine. You know, last year I did the spark plugs on it. Year before I also did the fuel pump screen, so that's good. Fuel pump seems to be kicking on normal. You can hear the pump kick on normal every time. I don't know. My only thing is right now I'm going to run a few tanks full of gas. Make sure the gas isn't bad in it, got fresh gas in it. Throwing some fuel injector cleaner in it every other fill up, just to rule out, you know, a dirty injector or something like that. Even if that's going to work, I'm just throwing some Seafoam fuel injector cleaner in it right now. Trying to run non-ethanol when I can, just to rule out the bad gas, like I said, but it could be a couple of things. Ignition coils are still the original ignition coils. I know from what I've read, they suggest changing them anywhere between 60 and 100,000 miles, which, you know, that's a big number. That's not too bad of a job to do. Anybody that's worked on an Indian Scout or Scout 60 know it's a pain in the ass, though, because you got to pull the gas tank off, and I'm going to have to do that anyway, because I got to pull the air filter out and clean it. I clean the air filter once a year because I have the S&S intake, so I might as well just go ahead and pull that out. I'll take the new spark plugs out. They only got maybe 6,000-7,000 miles on them. Pull them out, take a look at them, and I'll probably try to pick up a set of coils for it. It could just be the coils. It also could be the valves. The valves might be off, which I've never done valves on an engine like this. I've done valves on my single cylinder Chonda, the 250. That's a piece of cake. But this is, you know, overhead cam. I think 4 valves per cylinder. You know, it's not something I think I would be comfortable in on this bike, doing the valves. So with any luck, maybe I can replace the coils and get it to run better, start better. You know, can't hurt to throw another set of plugs in when I do the coils, because once I have it off, it might as well just do it all. You know, rule everything out. I said though, once the weather starts getting warmer all the time, I'm not even going to notice it again, so it won't be an issue again until like late fall. So right now I want to work on it with still spring and before I go on any rides. Alright folks, is this the beginning of the end for my bike? I know if I got to do the valves on this thing, it's going to cost me quite a bit of money. Like I said, I think either the coils or the valves, coils need to be changed or the valves are off. I don't know. I know a valve job's pretty expensive on these. I think they for, say, like 500 bucks, something like that. Anybody out there have any ideas what else I should be looking for on this? Because honestly, that's probably one of the worst things for me working on a bike, is I have a hard time diagnosing things, you know, and I have no codes on it, so it's not telling me it needs this or that, or, you know, something's off. Could it possibly be maybe the O2 sensors? I don't know. I wouldn't think the O2 sensors would do it, but you never know. So tell me what you folks think. Should I spend the $500, get the valves looked at? It might be more than 500, folks. This, you know, 2025 is not cheap for anything anymore. Or should I just go ahead and buy some coils, swap them out? Those aren't really cheap either. I mean, even if I buy the ones from India, and unfortunately they come from China, so do I buy some from China off of eBay? I don't know. I guess it can't hurt to try that first and keep running the fuel injector cleaner through it as much as possible. Keep up with the best gas I can possibly put in it. And see from there. As I say though, with the weather warming up, I'm not going to know till it gets cold out again. So I just don't want to ride somewhere and be stranded if I sit there a couple hours, you know what I mean? Or should I just buy a new bike? Yeah! You know, that's an option too. Don't really have the money to drop on a brand new bike right now, especially since I want a Chief, and of course I can't leave shit alone. I'm gonna end up putting money into that, even if it's a brand new bike. Yeah, Blackie Lawless has been a good bike. It's gotten me through all these travels over the year. I think I've been to like maybe 13 states, so as I said, right now it's riding perfectly fine. Probably will start up perfectly fine later, and then tomorrow morning if I try to start it up, it probably won't start right away. That's frustrating. Don't want to be putting money into the toys I already own. I want to be buying new toys. But all right, folks, thanks for tuning in. Maybe I'll get another vlog in next week, who knows. Hopefully I can keep riding now and I don't have any more serious issues with it. I can't start the bike up again. But talk to everybody later. Thanks for tuning in. This is CDL NEPA signing off. Bye for now.